step until you reach higher ground. Let nobody turn you around.
Can you do something for me?
Yeah.
Can you go out there and get a head count of how many people are there?
Okay.
I'm gonna be introduced. You gonna get that? Look to the. I'm gonna do a brief, just welcome everybody, thank them, and then we're just gonna go right into it.
And it's been 22 minutes?
22 minutes. But as they're getting seated, it's a 15-minute promo reel that I made. So that's gonna run while everybody's coming in, taking their seats, putting their feet up, throwing the blankets on, all of that shit. But that's background, like they can pay attention to it, but they don't really have to. But once that's done, then it goes right into the thing.
I'm gonna take one of the
Keep on, yeah, keep on, keeping on. You gotta keep keeping on.
Everybody in this room has a connection to Fly somewhere or the other, from the photographers to the videographers, fellow music producers, musicians, lyricists, etc. But we all love a Fly Guy. You should be following at The Fly Guy Show on Instagram and then on YouTube. But right now, I'm gonna introduce this brother. He's doing it like he's doing it for TV, because this is TV. I need you to take your phones out, get the cameras, the IG lives ready. Put your hands together for Fly Guy.
My peoples. From the bottom of my heart, thank each and every one of you for coming, taking time out on this holiday to come up here. I know it's far for a lot of y'all. You came a long way, and I really appreciate you being here. It means a lot to me. The reason I started this podcast, which I'm branding as part podcast, part friendly conversation, is because over the last 10 to 15 years in the business, I've been able to maintain and cultivate a lot of relationships with a lot of cool people that I think are cool. And I wanted to continue to reinvent myself and rebrand myself and offer some substantive, introspective, intellectual content for our culture, because there's a little bit oversaturation of negativity going on, and I feel like our people could use something with some insight and some thought. And that was the premise behind launching this podcast, The Fly Guy Show. And without any further ado, let's hit the lights and get to it. What do we think? Cool, right? Cool.
Right here. So we're gonna have Q&A right now. If anybody has a question, we don't have mics, so you're gonna have to project. So
Yeah.
I'll come up to the middle so you can be heard. Go ahead, son.
Let's do it. Fly Guy, so everybody knows you for doing music, DJing. What was the learning curve for getting into the interviewing capacity of the Fly Guy Show?
The learning curve would probably go back to something I learned being a journalism major at the Florida A&M University. But just one thing about when you interview someone, or when you just have a conversation, a dialogue with somebody, is you want to ask open-ended questions. You know, you don't want to ask somebody something that will allow them to just say yes or no. So it allows them, you know, the ability to expound on things. And I learned that from school.
I just want to give a chance to give Fly Guy a rose. We all know the Fly Guy, and I met him about 2 years ago. I'm an artist as well, so I met him through rap. But the thing about Fly Guy makes me appreciate the DJ even more, even coming from the artist side, because he's showing me something that is hard within itself, how he's trying to transition into the music, even though most people know Fly Guy as a DJ. So I just want to commend him for that, because that's my dog.
Thank you, D. Appreciate it. Thank you. And now that I can actually see clearly, everybody please give a round of applause to Walshy Fire sitting back there. Walshy, where you there, boy? Thank you for being a part of this and being my first episode, my launch for that. So, as we showed everybody, 20 years of friendship, I appreciate you.
Let's just remember that he was a lyricist before he started DJing.
And any new music that you hear from me currently nowadays, you can attribute the quality of it to this guy right here, DJ Illusion, who's my engineer. He runs House of Dream Studio. So, all my new music would not sound the way it sounds without me working with him. So I'm very appreciative of him right there. And I definitely got to give a shout out to Duke and Dane Whiskey, Chima, owner of Duke and Dane Whiskey. If I could just tell you guys, well, so today is day 87 of no alcohol in my body. And I had a spiritual epiphany when I was in Guyana in July, because for the past 11 years, since I started DJing, I never drank alcohol before I started DJing. So when I started DJing and I had access to it, I overdid it 5-6 nights a week. And I didn't want to be that type of person going into the next chapter of my life. So I told myself that for as long as I can, I'm done with alcohol. And now that it's day 87, I have no desire to go back to it. But I don't want that to be a reflection on Duke and Dane Whiskey, because I'm very appreciative, very appreciative of them. So having said all that, thank you guys. So the episodes will drop every Monday at noon, except for tonight's episode, because what you saw was a condensed version. This is about 22 minutes? It's 22 minutes. So the full episode is 45 minutes, and it drops tonight at 8 p.m. on the YouTube channel and on Spotify if you don't want to watch it. So, but every Monday at noon, the new episodes will be out. Like I said, 8 episodes equals a season, because I'm born on the 8th. If you take an 8, turn it sideways, it's infinity, and that's forever fly. So now we can go back to the tuck room and have some drinks and relax. And I thank each and every one of you for coming out. I really appreciate it. Follow the Instagram at The Fly Guy Show on Instagram. Hashtag The Fly Guy Show if you took any video, anything here. Get your pictures from World Red Eye so you can end up on the World Red Eye website, please. And yeah, to the lounge, everybody. Thank y'all.